Fallon Frequency Podcast, your space for that alignment, expansion, and of course, unstoppable energy. I am your host and mindset mentor, Fallon, and today I am flying solo again, which I kind of love. I actually love, as you can tell, talking about all things energetics and universal laws, but I do have some really incredible guests joining me over the next few weeks, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But the last week has been so much fun. I've noticed some really common themes emerging in conversations I've been having with some amazing women that I've been connecting with. So ladies, if you didn't catch this week's Telegram extravaganza, you definitely missed out, but don't worry because I am always, amplifying and upgrading and creating different portals and different ways to connect. So I'm sure I'll have more magic coming your way probably next month. We'll see how busy we are. So make sure you keep an eye out because you won't want to miss it. But more than ever, in this episode, what I want to hone in on is for anyone who's still holding on to a story that's no longer serving them. Okay, we all have patterns in relationships, in work, in habits, self-sabotage that seem to show up over and over and over again. And honestly, it's fucking exhausting. It's like running on this loop, constantly spinning the same narrative without even realizing that the key to your freedom lies in the awareness and the energetic alignment. Okay, so today we're going to dive deep into why you keep repeating the same story. I want to help you uncover the subconscious beliefs driving those cycles and show you exactly how to rewrite and rewire them in your story for good. This isn't about temporary fixes or even your willpower or forcing change. It's literally about shifting at the energetic, subconscious, and belief level, so that the life you desire isn't just possible, but it becomes effortless and it's magnetic and it's fully aligned with your highest self. That is why I am here to help you align to your highest soulful self. So I'd like you to grab a journal, take a breath, and we're going to step into this work together. It's time to stop living that old story and start fully fucking claiming the life you were meant to lead. Okay, so first thing we're going to start off doing is we are going to get real and we are going to spot the pattern. What cycles are you currently repeating? It could be in your relationships, in work, in habits, self-talk. The very first step here is taking an honest, energetic inventory of these patterns, okay? And the key here is we're not going to do this with blame or shame, okay? This is not about making you feel guilty or making you feel judged or even beating yourself up, okay? It's really down to the core of awareness, clarity, and curiosity. I want you to think of it like taking a step back, looking at a repeated loop in slow motion, okay? You can see the rhythm. This way you can see the triggers that are popping in and the familiar beats that have been running on autopilot. The moment that you see them clearly, the moment you become the observer, is the moment you start reclaiming your power. For an example, like think of relationships, okay? Easiest example here, notice if the same type of situation keeps showing up for you. Maybe it's the same energy in a partner. You know, they have a different accent, they might have a different style or a different vibe to them, but at the core, it's the same dynamic. That's rarely a coincidence. It is your subconscious beliefs in action here. Your energy is literally magnetizing the same lesson over and over and over again until you consciously choose to rewrite them. Or another example, self-talk and habits, okay? For me, this comes up for me quite a bit because I definitely had a very intense people-pleasing era. Like, believe it or not, I was the biggest people pleaser. I had this ridiculous habit of apologizing for everything. If I was eating, I would just automatically, sorry just rolled off my tongue. Or if I needed to use the restroom, I'd ask somebody, sorry, can I use your bathroom? Or existing in the same room. Sorry. It's like, I can't even fucking imagine that. And I feel, sorry for the younger version of myself. But the truth was, when I deep dove into this work, that the behavior came from a deep rooted belief of insecurity and the need for external validation. Okay. I literally believed my existence was too much. And that awareness alone was not enough. I had to do the energetic and subconscious work to rewire that story. Now looking back, I can laugh about it, but the transformation was huge and very real. If any of you have known me along my timeline, you would know this to be true. So I want you to reflect here. What story am I unconsciously telling myself over and over again? To get even more granular here, like here are some examples that you might even recognize. The very, very common one that I've just recently heard, I'm not good enough. Even though you're crushing goals, you're showing up for everyone, you are achieving, you still feel like you're behind or that you're lacking. Or another one, I don't deserve this. Maybe it's a promotion or a relationship or even literally just taking a quiet moment for yourself. Or another really common one, I have to fix everything first or everyone else first. Very, very classic, deep-rooted belief for the classic driven woman. Okay, a lot of driven women, high-achieving women that I'm starting to, have more conversations with are actually consciously aware of these patterns. They see them and they recognize them, yet the story keeps repeating. And that's exactly, why I created Calibrate to Confidence, that Telegram portal in the beginning, because I was watching this happen, and over a few months, I was like, this is like, we gotta address this right now. So that education portal is now living in my hub, in my one-on-one container. But basically what I'm saying here is awareness is just the first step, okay? The real transformation comes from the rewiring aspect. So, what pattern are you unconsciously repeating? How would you say that story is showing up in your life today? And where can you recognize that you're still giving it energy, or you're giving it attention, or you're giving it belief? This is going to be your starting line, okay? This is the very first step here. And the moment that you acknowledge it without judgment, you're going to create space for the new story to take root, okay? So the next part of this process is really finding this core belief, okay? We've now spotted the pattern. I want to go deeper. Okay, I want to go deeper than just finding out where it's not working. What is the why behind the repetition? These cycles that you keep seeing in your life, they are not random. They are driven by core beliefs. The stories you've absorbed about yourself, either consciously or unconsciously, that keep showing up in your actions and in your choices and even the people and situations that you are currently attracting. Think of these core beliefs like the operating system, okay? It's running quietly in the background of your life. So what is it doing? It's dictating your decisions and your self-talk and your energetic blueprint, often without you even realizing it. Kind of like a hidden code. They've shaped everything from the type of relationships you draw to how you're showing up at work to the habits that you're literally repeating on a daily basis. Okay, so how do we start tracing them back? First, I want you to look at the origin of the pattern, okay? Past experiences, societal conditioning, family narratives, or even inherited stories from generations way before you. Sometimes what you're repeating isn't even your story. It's something that you have absorbed without question, okay? And I want you to ask yourself what belief is being reinforced every time this pattern shows up. If we go back to the example of relationships, you might keep attracting people who don't value you. They might be different people in different situations, but it's the same underlying energy. Ask yourself, what belief about myself am I unconsciously feeding? Okay, is it I'm not enough? Or I have to overgive to be worthy? Or I'm too much? Okay? These beliefs literally create this energetic blueprint for what is currently showing up in your life. Okay? Another example here in your work or what career you have, maybe you keep hitting the same plateau at work, or you repeatedly overlooked for promotions despite your competence. I want you to ask yourself, what belief are you operating from? Are you thinking without realizing that you're not qualified, or that you don't deserve success, or if I try too hard, I'll fail? Even when opportunities appear, your energy and your subconscious messaging can block the progress because your operating system hasn't been updated. Another example, self-talk, habits, okay? You might find yourself procrastinating on things that truly matter, or constantly saying, I'll start tomorrow, or I'll start Monday. What is that core belief? We're diving deeper. I'm not capable of being consistent. Or I don't have enough willpower. I've heard that one before. Or I'm not ready yet. Why are you not ready yet? That is your subconscious trying to keep you safe. Think of this like planting seeds in the garden. If the soil is full of old, unhelpful programming, no matter how much water or sunlight you give that seed, it's going to struggle to grow. The soil needs to be nourished. It needs to be cleared and aligned first. That's exactly what we're doing here. We're clearing the old beliefs so new aligned growth can flourish. What belief are you holding that is keeping this cycle, this repetitive cycle, this story alive? And I want you to really take a moment, okay? Be honest, be radically honest with yourself and really identify what story your subconscious has been running on. Awareness here is going to be the foundation. Because, before we can detach emotion or shift the energy and anchor into a new story, we need to know what we're working with. Okay? So, now that we've spotted the pattern, and we're tracing it back to the core belief, I'm going to have some water. It is time to step into mindset and energetic shifts to actually break the cycle. And the golden rule here, listen, if you write one thing down today, let it be this. Detach emotion from the story. Everything is neutral at its root. The story itself isn't inherently bad or good. It's just a pattern. It's a pattern you've been running on. It's your attachment and your emotional reaction that give it power. Okay? So if you think back to the example from before, you might keep attracting people who don't value you. Different people, different situations, same underlying energy. And you ask yourself, what belief about myself am I unconsciously feeding? Am I saying I'm not enough? I have to overgive to be worthy. I'm too much. These beliefs are creating this blueprint. Okay, so the biggest takeaway from this is stop adding emotion to it. Every time the cycle shows up, notice it, label it, but do not feed it with fear or guilt or frustration. Emotion amplifies the attachment. It amplifies the loop. When you respond from a calm awareness instead of a reactive emotional energy, you can start rewiring the cycle at its energetic and subconscious roots. Okay? So, what belief am I carrying that's creating this repetitive story in my life? How can I observe it without reacting, without adding fuel to this fire? And that is where we're going to really start to see the transformation take place. The emotional attachment is what is giving it power. So detach emotion from this story that you no longer want to be telling. And some subtle but powerful shifts that you can start implementing into today is to catch the story in real time. Notice when the same loop is starting to play out. We pause, we put on that observer hat, and we acknowledge it. We don't judge or emotionally attach to it, okay? Just see what's happening. And I want you to reframe your language. I did a whole episode on the importance of language last week. If you did not listen to it, please go back, have a listen. Language is powerful. Words are energetic tools. Shift phrases that are holding you back. I can't to I'm learning to, or I don't know how to I choose to explore this. Do you see the difference here? or it's too hard. I am open to solutions and guidance. Like, how much more powerful is that? Even these small changes in language are going to ripple into your energy and your habits. Okay, another one, daily rituals to reinforce this new energetic pattern. Whether that be journaling, visualizing, conscious media consumption, yes, not just consuming all the time, is what I was getting at here. Gratitude practices. If you don't do any of them, but you have gratitude, that's a huge one. The subtle practices are going to help you anchor into your new story, into your subconscious. If it's overwhelming to try these, I'll try one and master it, okay? That's a really great way to keep adding these things and expanding your own energetic bandwidth on what you're capable of. But this is a really, really important part, is this inspired action. Now, consistency to me over intensity. Small, repeated alignment beats one time effort every time. You can make a big, massive, bold move, but if you did it once, it's not going to keep carrying. You're going to eventually lose that momentum there, right? You're going to eventually super powerful in the moment, but we want to keep feeding that energy. And how do we do that? With consistency, okay? Showing up for yourself every day, even in tiny ways, is going to rewire your subconscious and shift your energy permanently. I'm not talking about shifting things just for this week or for this year. I'm talking about making real, evolve changes to your life that are the new normal, that are going to be permanent, that are going to be how you continue to move on. So when you start narrating a different story for your life, even in very small daily phrases, you're going to be rewiring your subconscious, okay? Your energy changes, your vibration shifts, and the universe will respond with alignment. Suddenly, the life that you've been telling yourself you deserve starts showing up. You deserve to have desires, and you deserve to live out those desires. Detach, observe, reframe, and anchor. The old story has power if you keep emotionally feeding it, emotionally investing in it, okay? So I want you to step back, treat it with neutrality, and consciously choose the new narrative you want to live. If you don't consciously choose a new narrative, guess what's going to happen? You're going to go right back to that old story because you didn't consciously choose the new path forward, okay? And now, this last bit of this, that we've spotted the pattern, okay? We've spotted the pattern and we've traced the core belief and we're shifting our mindset and our energy. It's time to really anchor into the new story. Make it real and embodied and unshakable, okay? Reinforcing the belief and identifying that through action. It is not enough to just think differently. You have to act aligned with your new story. Okay, take, like I said, small intentional steps every single day. Reflect the reality that you want. Every single choice or boundary or standard and action is planting a seed for your new narrative. Celebrate your wins, every win, no matter how small. Why? Why do we celebrate our wins? Because each one reinforces your identity as someone capable, someone worthy, and someone aligned. When we have a small win towards our next goal or our next identity that we want to shift into, that is showing your subconscious that you're doing it. It's reinforcing, okay? We also are going to embody that new narrative. Your energy communicates your story before you speak. I talk about this all the fucking time. Walk, talk, and show up as the version of yourself you're creating. The universe is responding to your vibration, not just your intention. Your actions, your habits, your daily rituals are energetic proof of your new story. I want you to also, 3, prevent old stories from sneaking back in. Okay, old patterns are sneaky. They are so sneaky and they're subtle, and that is why the consistent reflection is so key in this work. Notice when your language slips, when self-doubt creeps in, or when familiar fears try to pull you back, because they will. They will 100% try to pull you back in. Surround yourself with the right high environment, whether that be the right people in your circle, the media, the spaces that uplift you, expand you, and support your new story. Okay? And then I want you to layer in conscious language and energetic practices, okay? If you continue using empowering phrases and affirmations and narrate your life with intention and lean into rituals, like I said before, journaling, visualizing, gratitude. Why do we do these practices? It's not just like, let me take a box, let me do more. These practices are like energetic anchors. They are embedding your new narrative into your subconscious. So a reflection, how can I honor the old story for its lessons, but fully step into a new aligned version of myself today? And the beauty here, and I do want to bring this to your attention, is that your old story isn't erased. It's acknowledged and it's respected for the lesson it taught you. But now you are consciously choosing a new narrative. You are no longer running on automatic loops. You're curating your life with intention, with awareness, with alignment. And remember, the more that you embody this new story through small, consistent actions, the more it becomes effortless. Your energy shifts, the reality shifts, and the universe responds in kind. It is law. It is universal law. That is what happens. So, to take away, to wrap this in a pretty little bow for you guys, breaking cycles isn't about willpower or forcing change or even punishing yourself, for that matter, for the patterns that have been running. It is about conscious awareness, energetic alignment, and rewiring your core beliefs. Every pattern, every story, every repeated cycle has a message. It's an opportunity to see what's been running on autopilot and decide what serves you now. Your old story served you once, okay? It kept you safe. It taught you lessons. It shaped who you are today. But now it's time for us to upgrade. Start noticing the patterns. Catch your language. Step into the energy of the person that you truly want to be. Remember, ladies, you are the author of your story. You're the main character of your movie. You get to rewrite it. And more importantly, you get to live it fully. That means choosing beliefs that empower you, speaking words that uplift you, taking actions that reinforce your highest self. So the practical takeaways I want you to take away from today is observe without judgment. Catch your cycles as they rise and notice the beliefs behind them. And most importantly, detach emotion. The story itself is neutral. It's your energy and the reaction that are giving it power. Shift your language. Small intentional phrases, changes ripple into your energy and your habits. Anchor it in, okay? Anchor through that action. Take aligned steps every single day. Celebrate the wins. Embody the new narrative. This is something that you need to do every day. You don't do it once and expect to be jumping timelines in a month's time, okay? This is every single day. Curate your environment, okay? Surround yourself with the right people and the spaces that uplift and expand your consciousness. When you get to combine awareness, language, consistent energetic action, the cycle doesn't just break on the temporary side of things. It literally rewires at the root. Your subconscious starts to reflect your new story, your energy shifts, and the universe responds in alignment with the life you're creating. So please pause here, take a breath. What story do I want to live from today? Choose it, step into it, and trust that the world will respond to the energy you radiate. Okay? You have to remember that we are co-creating with something so much bigger than we can even comprehend. And I want you to lean on that when it feels challenging. Your energy, your awareness, and your aligned action are going to ripple out, shaping this reality in ways that feel magical. And remember, we're not doing it alone. And you're not just capable, you are unstoppable. You're not just a participant in your life, you are the creator. And your new story is waiting for you to claim it. So, I'm going to leave you with that. As always, it has been such a joy sharing this energy with you all. If this resonated, please like it, subscribe it, share it with a friend, leave a review. It really does help this podcast reach even more women who are ready to rise into their next chapter. And if you're ready for deeper support in rewriting, not writing your story, rewriting it, slide in my DMs or visit me at fallonmichaela.co on Instagram. I absolutely love connecting with you and hearing what lands and what shifted. That is why I'm here. So thank you again for tuning in. I will catch you all next week. Bye.